We good?
So what have you been up to, bro? Everything?
Yeah, just out here grinding.
You're
Yeah.
doing good, though.
Yesterday was so sick, so I have the...
We'll give it a quick watch.
Yeah.
Came back.
Bam.
Crack a lack. So yesterday was what?
Yeah, so got the one bone samples.
Oh, that's your line.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was talking to Michael about that.
Yeah.
So he's pretty excited about it too,
Man,
right?
he's hyped.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yesterday, I went to go try it on. You know Lord William Pub? It's in Griffintown.
Okay, yeah, I
Really
heard of
sick
it.
pub. So, my buddy Joe owns it. Big boy. Big, beautiful boy. He's 6 foot, 350.
Shit.
And so I brought him a shirt to try on. His life was changed.
Really, eh?
Like, straight up.
See, no one would know it better than you. Like that. Look, you solved a problem, right?
Yeah.
A problem that basically existed, but everyone thinks about it, but no one ever thinks to do anything about it. But that's what I love about you. You do shit about it.
Man.
You know what I mean?
Literally, the smile on his face, like, made me, like, it was...
Reconfirmed everything of what
It was such a...
the industry needed.
It was such a different level. Like, you know my life. It's all about entertaining, right?
Absolutely.
So when I saw how happy that shirt made him, man, it's just a t-shirt, you know what I mean? But, like, when I saw how happy it made him, he's like, man, I've never fit into something that I'm, like...
Comfortable with.
Yeah.
That's the most important part. It's about comfort.
It's crazy, because they're all, like, we're all used to going into, like, the big and tall stores, and, like,
they're drapes.
Literally,
They're drapes.
It's literally this.
Yeah, it's a
like...
I've always noticed that about, like, how bigger people always look like they're wearing tablecloths.
They have two decisions.
Right?
They have two decisions. They either look like a 70-year-old grandfather from Boca Raton, or a 7-year-old kid in kindergarten that, like, is dressed like a,
And isn't it sad that you feel that just because of it, there's nothing out there for it? You know?
Nothing.
Because what? It's like and when you think about it, it's probably one of the biggest markets. No pun intended.
Man, the average waist size in... Yeah, you killed it. The average waist size in the States, 40.
Is the average?
Average!
Dude,
I've been
that's like
researching this, like,
2 of me.
nonstop.
Oh, that's right, eh?
Yeah.
The average
The
waist
average
size.
waist size is 40.
That's sad.
It's crazy.
That's really sad, actually.
And, like, how sad is it that can't even go into a store and, like, buy
It's
a
like almost
shirt?
they make you feel bad about it.
It's crazy.
Like you're big, so who gives a shit?
Yeah.
So now you started it? Is it like, are you going to be launching it?
Yeah,
What are you
so basically I wanted to try the samples on a few other bodies other than myself.
doing? Bro, if you need me as a model.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, you want to know something? Yo, no joke. Here's the thing, man. We're doing a little pivot, my friend.
It's a one size fits all.
Yeah,
You're looking for a
imagine.
kimono. I got you covered.
Nah, but what we're gonna do? So I went around to a couple of stores, and some of my people who I trust, they're like, listen, I know you want to hit the niche market of big and tall, and like create that service, but you've got a T-shirt here on your hands that, like, so soft, such a good material.
It looked great on you.
Yeah. So they're like, I think you're missing a bit of the market by not including everyone. And so, like, that really, man, it really got me thinking. And I was like, it's so interesting because, like, as a big and tall guy, all you want to do is be included by every other brand.
So
you want to be able
a short and skinny line?
Nah. It's going to be a big and tall clothing line that includes smaller sizes.
Dwarfs. The big and tall dwarf collection.
Nah, big and tall that includes smaller sizes. So we're gonna have smaller sizes, but everything is gonna be branded and marketed as though it's a big and tall
thing
clothing.
now, like these oversized t-shirts.
Yeah, but it won't really be that. Like, it'll be a T-shirt that fits you really, really well. But I'm gonna have your size. But you're gonna be wearing a big and tall
Which
t-shirt.
isn't that the funny part? Like, isn't that like how like, talk about a spin on something, right? Whereas like so many big and tall guys always want to fit into the more fashionable trendy, but they couldn't.
Exactly.
Now it's like the fashionable trendy want to fit into the big and tall.
That's it, man.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it really, you know, being a big and tall guy going into a random store, you just want to be included. You want to feel like you could go in and like buy something that fits you.
Did it ever make you feel uncomfortable walking into stores?
100%.
Right, eh?
Every single time.
But you know,
Like,
it's
you start to like really figure out the stores that you could shop at, you know, and like they're not many.
dude, I'm a small guy, right? And it was the same. Like I feel being big and tall is the same as being short and skinny.
Sure.
You know what I mean? It's its
100%.
own problem in a different light. You know?
100%.
How many times I've walked into like the generic store and you feel like you put something on because so many guys are wearing it and it looks great on them, but they're built. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm built like a 6-year-old.
It's tough.
I have to shop at Baby Gap
Yeah.
to get the clothes that I like.
Did you actually ever?
I've shopped at kid stores.
Kids, yeah, for sure.
Buy a large kid shirt because I like fitted shirts. Right?
100%.
No.
Plus, way less expensive.
Yeah, that's the bonus. And my son could wear it.
Yeah.
So it's a 3-in-1.
Yeah, I got my size 13 Jordans, waiting to like have a son that's humongous, and you just need like a 7-year-old.
I need a 7-year-old. After that, we're both screwed.
Yeah,
When he
yeah,
turns 8, we're both done.
Oh man, how is the new boy?
He's doing good, man. He's a quiet kid. I don't know if he's so much quiet or my other two are just that much louder.
Right.
You know
they
what I
take
mean?
up
Like,
a lot of space.
Yes. And I'm finding, like, I guess it's true what they say. You know, when you have a third, you care less about the little things.
About the kid?
Yeah, no, you pretty much. You know, I find they have to have no choice but to take care of themselves
For
or
sure.
just cope because you're so busy with the other two that where you would jump if a kid was crying, now there's only 2 of us, we're outnumbered, right?
Yeah.
So if there's the older one needs help, the middle one needs help, the little one's crying, well,
Yeah.
we know he's not going to die from crying, so
Of
just let
course.
him cry.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Like, we'll get to him eventually,
Yeah.
and eventually he stops crying.
It's interesting also because I guess there's like already like when there's one kid and then a second is added, the whole world is different.
Major dynamic.
But when there's 2 and a third is added, the world is the same.
Yeah.
It's just like
More-
now there's another kid.
Yeah, just more chaotic.
Yeah.
It's
interesting.
amazing. It's interesting. It's honestly, I live my life in chaos. I work best under that type of pressure,
Yeah.
under that type of like insanity. I find when things get too stagnant, and that's in everything, my personal life, business life, I don't like that feeling. I don't like comfort.
Right.
I'm not a person that does well with comfort, you know? But I find what, I guess in anything, whether it's a relationship or business, I always thought the thing that's going to kill you most is comfort. You know what I mean? Hey, Sammy, what's up?
What up?
Hey, how are you?
Good you?
You know, I always found that what will be the one thing that can hurt you the most is comfort.
Right.
When you're too comfortable at something, your guards are down. You know what I mean? But when there's chaos and there's commotion and there's stuff going on, you have no choice but to always be on guard, and it keeps you on your toes.
Is there ever a point where you're like, ooh, too much chaos or?
Yeah. Okay, my wife went through on Monday, had a minor surgery.
Okay.
So,
Everything's all right though?
yeah, she's fine. But she told me that she was going to be getting this minor surgery. She was going to need my help, so if I could take a couple of days off of work, I'm like, yeah, okay, fine, I'll take a few days off work and help out with the kids. And 2 things to it. My wife thought that the surgery was going to be not as bad as people said it would be.
Yeah.
But that's also my wife's character.
Sure.
She always thinks that people over-exaggerate everything and she can handle things differently. So I'm figuring, okay, so she just needs me to take a couple days off and to give her a hand, to help her out, so that we're going to be 2 here helping out.
Yeah.
But she was completely like off her feet, lying down for
Right.
on Monday morning, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So for 3 days, I was full pin with the 3 kids and
Right.
a newborn and the house and the this and the that. And I'm like, oh my God. At one point, like yesterday, I swear, I thought I was gonna, I was this close to like breaking down and crying.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's like that. And as chaotic as life can be, like nothing is as chaotic as children. Like, because we talk about like sometimes let's say business employees or colleagues or whatever, how childish they can be. Acting childish and being a child are 2 different things.
Yeah.
You know? There's no reasoning with a kid.
Yeah.
And I was losing my mind with my little one. It's like how do people do this all day? Like, I have a whole newfound respect for stay-at-home moms. It's just like the hardest job in the world, man. So yeah, that was my breaking point. I couldn't wait to come back to work and just get back in my element and just where, I don't know, where I guess I'm just most in control, you know, like, that's the thing, control. You have no control with kids.
Right.
None.
Yeah.
And we're not parenting like when we were kids and our parents, you know, like kind of ruled more with an iron fist, if you will, that fear.
Yeah.
Kids don't fear anything today.
It's a different world.
It's so different.
Yeah.
Like, I get no respect from your children, like nothing, like whatsoever. I yell at when she's laughing at me. I'm like, that's just mean. You know, like, you're just being really.
Just like literally can't control yourself. You're just like
you're trying to be as mean as possible. You're trying to instill fear in this child. Nothing.
Just laughs.
Yeah, laughs. Oh, and the things they find, the things that you think in a house, I don't know, are not dangerous. They find danger in everything, and it's like how a vase can be like so big, but it's so big and it's on the floor. How they smashed it and stuff.
Yeah.
Or the locking your drawers.
Yeah.
I saw my daughter. I didn't even feel bad saying this. She's walking around with a knife. I'm like, what are you doing with a knife? Like, how did you get that knife? And then I caught her. She's in the kitchen. She opens the drawer with her little hand, just tries to grab the first thing she could find.
Yeah,
it's like you gotta be.
I mean, child-proofing is a real thing.
So what blows my mind is mothers that post stuff on social media during the day. How do you have the time to do this?
And like navigate.
Do you strap your kids down? Like, do you take them? Like, what do you do? Like, because I don't have time to answer a phone call, let alone post a cute moment. They were like,
man, that's crazy.
My older one was stabbing my little one. It was adorable. Luckily, they didn't hit any arteries.
Yeah. I was I was listening to a stand-up comedian. I forget his name, but he was talking about how he has kids and he has 2 daughters, and one's a 4-year-old, and then the first one was just born, or it was 3 at the time, and she's like, Daddy, when the new baby gets into the car, I want to teach it something, and he was like, oh my God, that's the cutest thing I've ever heard, you know, like, yeah, of course. And then the new baby gets in the car, and the kid blocked the new baby's mouth and nose, and was like, and he was like, no,
what are you teaching him?
She's like, no, I'm teaching the baby how to not breathe. And he's like, no. And then he's like, I didn't even know if I should be like angry or impressed that like my 3-year-old knows how to murder someone.
I was putting down my son in a jolly jumper. So I put him in a jolly jumper in the living room. So I turn to come into the kitchen. I see my daughter in the corner with the drawer open, and she's got now this knife in her hand. Okay, so it's almost like you're a police officer trying to defuse a terrorist situation. Okay, because the thing is, if I freak, like she could panic and run and hurt herself, right?
For sure.
So I'm turning around, like, okay,
okay, you got a knife.
You got a knife. London, Daddy's gonna take the knife away from me, and she's like, yeah, see your pack. So now it's like, okay,
we're in
negotiations, right? I'm like, this is insane.
Yeah.
And then when I got it, I was like, I take the knife away. I swear to God, I felt like Mel Gibson in a movie or something. You know, it was like insane. But I felt like I was victorious at the end.
Nailed it. Yeah.
I was intense. I'm handcuffing her, putting her in her crib. You know, like you're like bars.
You look at your baby's safe. Like, oh, we did it.
No one got hurt. Oh man, it's insane. But it's so funny, like, honestly, and it's the things that throughout the whole day will upset you, get you, like, riled up. But it's their cuteness that keeps you from killing these children.
Of course.
Because at the end of it all, we're in bed, we're like, it was so cute. Like,
yeah.
Lennon was literally holding a knife, you know, and she was like,
yeah.
You know, like,
at the time, it was like, holy shit, what am I going to do? And then later on, it's like, oh,
she was so cute. She was
about to stab her.
I was like, Daddy. I'm like, oh my God, what adorable. Like, like, you think cops at the end of the day would be like, yes, it was crazy. This guy had a gun, right? He was so adorable. When I got the gun out of his hand,
he was cute.
He was so adorable. He was just like, he realized the error in his way, you know? Yeah. Oh man, it's funny. Can't help but laugh.
Yo, speaking of cops, did you see the guy that like built a car out of snow?
No.
Oh man, you got to see this. It is.
Built a car out of snow.
He like, because there was so much snow on his street, right?
Yeah.
So he took the snow and like shoveled it and made like a snow castle, but instead of a castle, it was a car. And the police like
Gave it a ticket?
came up onto
No.
So they put a ticket on the car and they were like in French they were like, you made our night. Look at this.
Oh my god. Dude, that's a really nice car.
Right? There's
Like
nothing
a
in there.
DeLorean or something?
Yeah, there's nothing in there.
It's just a shell?
Yeah, it's just snow.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
So what did the cops do?
They left a ticket. They left a ticket and it said you made our night.
That's so bad.
Yeah. How jokes is that?
That's amazing. How long did it take him? See, you gotta find the humor in winter, right?
Oh man.
Because man, how brutal has it been?
Yo, it's been out of control.
Dude, we just started January. I can't get over the amount
So,
of.
correct me if I'm wrong, like the past like years, it didn't even snow until like January 1. Right?
Yeah, I don't remember.
And it was like warm in December
Yeah.
and
Well, do you remember? I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 years back. Christmas was like in the
yeah, like it was like 17 or 18
it was like
degrees,
close
no?
to 20 degrees or
Yeah.
something, which is insane.
I miss those days.
Oh my god,
Bro, it's been crazy.
we just got slammed.
Like, but it's nonstop. Like
Exactly.
because it's freezing cold for like 10 days straight, and then it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna fuck with you, and it's gonna
Yeah.
be 10 degrees, but it's gonna be pouring, and then the next couple of days are freezing cold, so it's ice, and then a huge snowstorm, and it's literally been that like on repeat.
And it's not even like, you know, it's one thing. It's one thing to get the snow. You know, it's one thing to get a shit ton of snow. And you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, okay, well, at least you can still go outside with the kids and have a good time." I took the week off of New Year's off.
Oh, yeah,
to
you
spend with
couldn't
my
even
kid.
go
It was
outside.
-40.
Can't go outside.
And at one point, we're so like imprisoned at home. I'm like, okay, I don't care. I gotta take her out.
Yeah.
I gotta do something with my older daughter. She's going stir crazy.
Of course.
So I'm like, we're gonna go tobogganing.
Can't
She's
go.
like, okay, we busted her up. Dude, I swear to God, she just had her eyes showing. Okay?
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't put was goggles on.
Yeah,
her.
she's literally a ninja.
Literally. We get to the mountain. I get out of the car. I grab the toboggan. I'm walking to the mountain, and I am freezing. Like I'm frozen solid. And I know like kids can handle cold better in the sense, you know, when you go swimming.
Yeah.
Like you touch the water and it's
Yeah,
freezing.
and
kids
they
just
get
dump,
very
right?
in,
So I'm
yeah.
figuring it's probably the same thing with snow. I'm walking to the mountain. She's behind me. Now I'm halfway up the mountain and I'm like talking. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna do a few runs. We're gonna have a good time. Like I turn around. I'm like, hey, Mila, ready? I turn around and she's not there. I look back. She's like walking to the car. I'm like, what are you doing?
She's like, nah.
I'm like, Mila, no, man. I get on this. I slide down to get her as fast as possible. I'm afraid. Like, where are you going in the
Yeah.
parking lot? Mind you, I don't know why. There's no one there. You know, the only idiots on this mountain.
Your daughter's literally like, fuck this.
So we get to the car. I'm like, Mila, what are you doing? We're gonna go tobogganing. She goes, Daddy, it's freezing. I don't want to go home.
Yeah.
I go, Mila, come on, we're already here. Let's have a couple. She goes, Daddy, you go. I'm gonna wait for you in the car. You think I do this for me? You think I wanted to come tobogganing? Like, get in the fucking sled. You're going tobogganing. You're gonna fucking like it.
You are gonna love
You're
it.
gonna fucking love today.
You're gonna feel warm, I promise. Yeah, it was
Like,
crazy.
we went to Tim Hortons and had a hot chocolate
yeah,
instead.
of
Like, just
course.
tell mommy we went to
Yeah, yeah. Man, it's crazy.
Oh, man.
It's not a way to live. Like, what are we doing here?
Are you out of your
We're
mind?
the idiots.
Yeah, but then, okay, we're the idiots.
But also, yeah, you're
How do you
right.
pick up
I
and
know.
go?
No, you
Yeah,
can't.
where are you going?
You can't
Everyone
go anywhere.
says this. Come winter, and then you know that's the beauty about Montrealers, right? Everyone hates winter,
Yeah.
but we all go through it.
Yeah.
And then come spring, I've never seen the same amount of assholes be so nice and so cordial
Yeah.
and so polite
Yeah.
and giving you like the, you know, the
Literally, everyone's
hey,
in
how's
the
it-"
darkness
Yeah.
for like 6 months.
Right?
November to like March, people are off.
Like just terrible.
Yeah. It's accurate.
Big man on camp.
What's going on, man?
How are you, man?
bro?
Good yourself. You ready? Happy New Year. Haven't seen you.
Haven't seen
You ready for Vegas?
haircut in my life. No.
Yeah, so it's just, it's amazing the swing in characters.
Oh, 100%.
And then you think, you know, you live
But-
in warm weather. Like, if you live in warm weather, are people nice all the time? And they're not.
So yeah, and
Places that
honestly,
are
like, you know, I have a lot of friends who like live in LA and live, you know, Florida, whatever, and like their main complaint, and like I guess it makes sense, is like they don't have seasons.
Absolutely.
You know, they have like sweater and shorts.
Yeah.
That's the difference. And like, but I think as much as it seems crazy, I think that there's a big benefit to seasons.
100%. I do
know?
agree with that. Look, we complain. The only thing that bothers me about our winters, and it's honest to God, I don't even care about the snow. I enjoy the snow.
Yeah.
It's the cold.
Oh, man,
It's those
it's-
moments of minus 30.
It's-
you can't.
yeah, it's a nightmare.
It's that.
No, the snow could be amazing.
Yeah.
You know. But
No, really
but if you
cold.
can't even go out and enjoy the beauty of the snow, then it's like well, this is like the best of the worst worlds. You know?
How's it been like driving into the city?
Honestly, for me, it hasn't been so bad because I'm always just on highways. It's really like the side streets that are horrible because there's snow everywhere. You know. And not only that, but I go into work earlier because my shift starts at 6. I got to be in there at like 5 p.m. And so if I were to go in at that
Isn't
time,
that the best shift?
it's amazing. It's the best.
Stupid great.
But I go in like in the afternoon around like 1, 2 o'clock, and I edit videos and I film stuff, and you know, I'm just
Hey,
like.
by the
working.
way, like you brought radio to a whole new level. Like, because of the social media aspect of it,
Yeah.
you literally brought radio to a whole new level. You make it like I've always like and we've had this conversation where like I was a big Howard Stern fan
Yeah.
just because his show's so off the wall, right? But it's that interaction that he had with people that grabs you.
Yeah.
Where any other talk show or radio guy has always been mostly music, you know, they have their little build up to it, a bit of conversation, but you make it interactive with the people where it's kind of like you force people to go online, which was the same thing with Howard Stern. You always
Yeah.
force people to go on his channel, to
Yeah,
go
yeah,
on
yeah.
just to see what's going on, because he built such a visual with just words.
For
And that's
sure.
what you do. I find you build such a visual with words that I can't wait to see, like when I get home out of the car, to go on social media and see where you're at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
For
it's
sure,
great.
man. It's a ton of work,
Oh, I would imagine.
but I really, I know my role, you know, and I know, and I value speaking with everyone that calls in, speaking with everyone on social media. Like, it's really like impacted my life in such a way because I need to entertain. Like, that's
Absolutely.
why
Well, you've always been that.
you know, that's why I'm here. So the fact that I'm able to have conversations with all these people on social media and online and on air and like everywhere.
Isn't it amazing?
Man, it's
But you know-
literally my dream come true, and I'm getting such great reactions because everyone's just like, you feel like a real person. I'm like, yeah, well, that's what I want to
That's
express.
exactly what I was just gonna say. Is for the longest time, okay, and I mean anybody on radio, I never really like had I been walking in the streets and seen someone on radio,
Yeah.
I wouldn't probably know it was them
Right.
based on the fact that I
just
never
hear their
felt.
voice.
Yeah, it's just their voice, right?
Yeah.
Only when you find out, oh, this is so and so from this. I'm like, oh, that's cool, you know.
Yeah.
I bet there's not many people that don't know who Adam Greenberg is, and the Adam and the Eve.
Right.
You know, you can pinpoint the two.
Yeah.
I'm sure you get spotted a lot.
Man,
saying who you are.
people went, yeah, first of all, a lot, which is the coolest thing for me.
Isn't it weird? Like you feel like it's celebrity status in
Yeah.
Montreal, you know, in
You
its
know-
own way.
Man, you know, it's interesting because I had that huge following online with Wonderful.
Yeah.
You know, and I traveled and did Vegas and
Yeah.
Miami
Yeah.
and Hawaii and like all these things. And when I broke up with Dave, I really had to like rebuild my foundation and like start from scratch and just be like, okay, I'm doing something different now. This is how I want to, you know,
Approach it
and attack it. And it's been really refreshing, like this like rebuilding process, starting from close to nothing. You know
But dude,
what I mean?
I feel, never mind like rebuilding, I feel it's happened like overnight. Like just went from TB1 to like Adam and the Eve. It's
Yeah.
like you had one persona, changed to another persona, but it just kind of like picked up where it left off.
I
and just
have-
exploded in its own way.
In a very loose schedule and a loose kind of like plan, I have a very specific path of like what I want to create and how I want to create those things. And the cool thing is that I'm kind of doing it like while experimenting and putting stuff out there. So people are kind of like really into it because they're seeing the building process. And like if you're really following me, you really see like how I'm taking it and really transitioning and building this thing,
Yes.
you know?
Well, we talked about like this whole 360 degree, right?
Yeah.
And even at that, you cut your hair like 4 weeks ago, and I find from when we had that first conversation how we just it's already happened, or it's happening.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like the whole fork situation. Like,
Man, the crazy thing is the fork,
brilliant.
like the fork situation is like, it's actually the definition of what I want to be doing with the radio.
100%.
It's literally that.
Like, come on.
Like a real life issue happened. I documented it on video. Everyone got to share in my life in that like distress, you know. The fork company reacted. We talked about it on radio. We talked about it online. And then like it kept weaving in and out. Bro, they're sending me cutlery.
That's amazing.
You know?
It reminded me-
And not only that, like if you need cutlery, they gave me a promo code.
Love it.
Adam's Fork. If you go to Oneida, like, are you kidding me? Why? You know?
No, but it reminds
But good
me-
on them also for like
100%.
jumping.
But see how smart that is.
Man, they crushed it.
Absolutely.
They crushed it.
So it was also, like I was saying, I find it reminds me a lot of, and this is going back, okay, before reality TV existed.
Yeah.
You remember the movie with Jim Carrey, The Truman Show?
100%.
Okay, like it reminds me of that. Remember like when you saw people like waiting, oh my god, is he gonna like this,
Like-
is he gonna
like-
like that? You know?
This band. Yeah. You know? Like,
you know what I mean? It's like the fork became that. Like I felt like it was the
100%.
Truman Show. Which one is he gonna choose?
Yeah.
Like, I really want C to win, you know?
Yeah,
I want
yeah,
C
of
to be the
course.
one. Like,
And yo, the craziest thing is like, it's one fork. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But now it has literally been a 3-month storyline.
for a
One fork.
For a fork. Think about it.
I know.
It's insane.
Do you watch The Crown?
No.
So
I was told about it a lot.
yeah, sick show. Obviously, like I'm not about to give you a spoiler because it's history and it's real life, so like I can't ruin anything. But like, there's an episode where the Queen does a speech every year for the holidays, right? And usually it's on the radio. And that one year, I forget what year it was, but it was the first year that her speech was televised. And it became a really like pivotal moment in broadcasting. And it became a really pivotal moment for the Queen as well, where she was like, this is a way more personal thing. You're really getting to know me in my element, and like I'm talking to you directly in your home.
Yeah.
You know? And when I saw that episode, I was like, whoa, it like really stood out for me, because on a daily basis, whether it be on an Instagram story or a Facebook video or whatever,
You're in people's lives.
I'm literally
Yeah.
like
You're in my
people
car, you're
people
in my
are
home, you're in my
welcoming
kitchen.
yeah, people are welcoming me into their home, and with that I feel a huge responsibility and a huge level of pride that they're all welcoming me in. And what am I going to do with that moment that they're welcoming me in?
Yeah.
Who am I going to be to them? Am I going to be a friend? Am I going to be an enemy? Like, why would I do that? Because I'm not trying to fake anything. I'm literally like,
Did you get any haters?
oh yeah, for
Really?
sure. For sure.
It's just jealousy. I
Yeah.
find it so like
Man.
it's such a
Like, why don't you shut your fucking silly mouth?
Really?
Like, literally comments like that. Yeah. Like, what kind of nonsense are you talking? You're talking all the...
And
But literally,
the funniest thing about that is, dude, change station.
Yeah.
Like it just goes to show you how crazy people
Oh,
are.
man.
You hate me so much, yet you tune in every
Well,
day
yo,
to
so,
hear me.
so
Like, just-
a great quote from Ricky Gervais. He's like, the internet is a really crazy place, because back in the day, if you didn't want a guitar lesson, like he used guitar lesson as an example, He's like, back in the day, if you didn't want a guitar lesson, you just walked by the guitar store and you didn't walk in for a lesson. Now the internet is, you're walking into the guitar store
and yelling at them.
And you're like, yo, I don't want a fucking guitar lesson, all right, you fuck. And the guy's like, whoa, bro,
you don't need.
If you didn't want a guitar lesson, then just keep walking.
Exactly.
Like literally, that's what the internet is.
That's so right. That's so brilliant.
Man,
Put
yo,
it that way.
it's crazy. So on Monday, I posted.
I don't want your fucking lesson.
Fuck you. On Monday, I posted. Did you see that note that my friend left on the car?
Yes.
Yo, so that went crazy viral. Like it went crazy.
Well written.
Oh,
like really.
No, but
So polite.
Yo, but the funny thing is, so I'm talking to him after. Well written, but I'm talking to him after, and he's like, man, it's crazy. Like, I put it on Reddit, like, as a joke, thinking I would get, like, 10, 15 people to see it. The next day, almost 6,000 people upvoted it, which is huge on Reddit. To get, like, 10 upvotes on Reddit is crazy.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And he got 6,000.
Really?
So
in a day.
So the crazy thing is, man, not only that, but like on our Facebook page, on Virgin Radio's Facebook page, like reach was like 50,000.
Really?
Yeah, it went crazy.
Well, because everyone can relate to an asshole like
100%.
That's all it is.
100%. So I'm talking with him, and like he's a very private guy. You know what I mean? He's not into this like viral internet world. So he's talking to me, he's like, man, I'm freaking out because like everybody's commenting and saying like what a pussy I am for not smashing in the guy's window, like on Reddit. Reddit's a really, really ugly place.
I think the complete opposite.
Yeah.
I think he's far from the complete opposite of a pussy.
Oh,
because
100%.
We're the real pussies. How many times are we in the same fucking situation
and we're like,
I'm thinking of doing something?
Yeah.
But a thought that crosses my mind, I thought I should leave something on this guy's car. He needs to know what an asshole he is. And then just sheer laziness.
Of course.
Start fucking writing things.
Nah,
And leaving
so
it on the windshield.
so that's the beauty about
the
my
beauty
buddy.
about it. He did it.
Yeah, he did it.
He did what 99% of all the fuckers
So I posted on Facebook, I posted on Instagram, everyone's supporting him, everyone's like really behind him. And then like Reddit is like a really ugly place where like the people are it's it's not for you to go on. It's too much, you know, like, but so so everyone's like freaking, like there's a lot of support on there too, but like a lot of people are like, oh, if you were in Philly, you'd get shot for doing that, or if you know, like literally. And he's like,
now that takes us to another. So how many proms the States have?
He's on the phone. He's on the phone with me, and he's pulling up to his driveway. And he's like, man, now I'm in a huge dilemma because all I want to do is just park in my driveway or park in this parking spot, but the guy's not there. And like, if it were me, all I would want is for him to like come outside and be like, yo, that was a really jokes letter, and be like, yeah,
and we move on.
Let's have a beer about it and laugh.
Now you're worried about this guy being out there with a fucking bat or something.
No, not only that, but he's like, now like all these people on Reddit have me questioning my decisions, like questioning me as a man. He's like, should I actually be smashing this guy's
anger
windows?
begets anger. You know, this guy's thinking he's going to jail. Now your friend, the nice quiet kid, is going to be serving 10 to life.
So I was like, man, it's really interesting to be having this talk with you because I've been on the internet for like, you know, almost a decade. I've put out videos where people are like, fuck this white fat fucking idiot who can't rap for shit and da 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 da, and like you just build a thick skin. You're like, okay, like who are you? And I don't really care. In fact, what I used to do with all those people, I used to send them messages, and I used to be like, hey man, I really appreciate your kind words. Like I'm just out here trying to make a living and trying to do something that I love, and like you're really supporting me in a great way. And what they would do, they would message back and be like, oh man, I'm totally sorry. Like, because they don't, like, you don't realize that there's a human on the other side.
Dude,
you know
you can easily add fuel to a fire.
Oh, for sure.
And you're just building things.
For sure.
Okay? But in my own industry, barbering has like taken this major catapult, right?
Yeah.
And I've been a hairdresser for 20 plus years. So when I went from hairdressing and decided to focus on barbering, you know how much hate I get? What's up, James? Good morning. How's it going? How are you? Good, yourself? Awesome. You know how much hate I would get? You're not a real barber. You're a hairdresser. You're a fag.
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
a this. You're a that. Like, I'm not thinking to myself, fine, if that's how you want to feel. But you know how many people I responded? Look, I feel compelled to tell you, thanks for the feedback.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, understand where I'm coming from. I decided to make a decision in my life.
Of course.
And I'm so thankful that I had the history and the education and the training that I had in hairdressing, because it really brought another element. And I explained to them the importance of knowing all aspects of your industry. And then they're writing back saying, oh, dude, I never looked at it that way. You're right. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Like, it's just how easy. Good morning. How easy you can diffuse a situation if you're just nice about it.
Yeah.
Because I've never once, ever been in a situation where my first impulse was, we should kill this guy. Like, I've never been that dark. It's just me. Like, I was at McDonald's with my daughter. This guy sits next to us, older gentleman in his 70s. My daughter's eating her Happy Meal. And the guy is like telling me, meanwhile, he's having a Big Mac trio, telling me how disgusting it is that my daughter's eating that. Mind you, right, absolutely. I don't feed my daughter this every day.
Yeah,
It was
of
a treat,
course.
we were this,
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
whatever. But I don't have to explain myself to this
Right.
person. Then he starts telling me of how bad that is for her, and I get it. And I'm like, yeah, it's just a treat. So I kind of move on, and I'm just talking to my daughter. And he's like, it's because of all the junk you're eating that you had that junk. And I'm not understanding what he's saying. Now this is an old school,
Right.
immigrant.
Yeah.
And how a boy is so important. So he's calling my daughter junk because of all the crap I ingest, it made my sperm bad. And because my sperm is bad, it gave me a girl. And I'm thinking to this guy, is this guy
God.
for real? Like, but then I stopped and thought, he's 70-something years old.
Yeah.
Your first boy being like The Godfather.
Yeah,
your first
yeah,
child being
of
a master
course.
child.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
always
yeah.
think that, right?
For sure.
So what do I want to turn around and want to beat up a 75-year-old?
Imagine
I
you
told
did
my
that.
daughter,
Yeah.
and my daughter's confused. Is he calling me junk? No, he's not calling you anything.
Yeah.
I go, sir, thank you very much. We're just going to have our meal. And you know what? After a while, he just stopped talking.
Yeah, of course.
But I could see how people escalate situations if you
100%.
just take things and I don't know, bury hate in them. Like, I don't know, I've never been that guy. I remember years ago being at a pub and I see this guy, and dude, look at my size. I'm 43 years old.
Yeah.
I didn't shrink.
Yeah.
Okay?
You've been this
I've
way.
always been this
Yeah,
way,
yeah.
if not smaller.
Yeah.
And I remember this guy manhandling this girl at the bar. And dude, I am the furthest from a fighter.
Yeah.
And I just went to the guy and I said, look, clearly the girl doesn't want to, she's upset and she doesn't want you to treat her this way. Why don't you just leave her alone? Give her some space.
Yeah.
Guy just clocks me in the face. just clocked me.
Yeah.
Like I've never been punched in my whole life. I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. And then the girl starts giving me shit for interfering, leave him alone, now you got him upset. And I'm like, what the fuck is
You're
wrong
like,
with me?
what?
I literally got up, laughed, and walked away.
Yeah,
But what
yeah.
are you gonna do?
Yeah, of
I'm gonna start
course.
fighting this guy? Like, fuck. But it just goes to show you how people, man, it's all in it's all in the way you perceive problems.
Man, 100%. I remember talking about years ago. Literally, this moment stands out with me still, and it is a true test of character, and it's a true, like, every time I tell this story, you get twofold, right? You get the people who are like, you're such a pussy. Why didn't you do anything? And you're like, but I know the kind of person that I am. I was at Harvey's like years ago after a night out with the boys and whatever, and I was designated driver, and they were all wasted. And there was this guy behind us also who was wasted. He was like huge, jacked,
Which everyone knows
tatted
the
up.
worst scenario is you being the only sober guy in the room filled
Yeah,
with
100%. So this huge guy, tatted up, drunk also, and his phone, like he left his phone on the counter. So I was like, yo, bro, you left your phone on the counter. And he like looked at me like pissed. And I was like, he's like, you got a fucking problem, bro?
When
I'm
you
like,
own the fucking counter?
I was like, nah, man, I just wanted to make sure your phone is alright. He's like, alright, fuck you, man. Literally like that. I'm like, okay.
Alright, fuck you, man.
And then
Fuck you is the
man,
thank you.
Yeah, like I'm like I turn around and I'm just like minding my business. He's like, yo, you're gonna fucking turn away from me? I'm like, what? Yo, what is happening?
What is your problem?
And he had Orange Crush, and he took it and he splashed it in my face. He's like, now what? And I was like, I literally, like, it was like dripping down me. And I was just like, man, have a great night. And he like jetted out of the Hardee's. And all my friends are like, yo, why didn't you fucking do something? Why didn't I do something? I was fucking wasted. I'm sorry. Man, I was like, yo, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
First of all, I'm a big guy, okay?
Yeah.
So I've never punched someone in the face. That's not me. I was like, imagine I punch that guy in the face. Okay?
He's
Imagine, well, forget that.
No, but he's drunk, so he passes out, hits the floor, bangs his head, dies.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, man, I've never punched someone in the face. Like, this is a big hand.
Yeah.
Like, either A, I punch him in the face, he falls down in the pool of his own blood, and I've got a fucking problem on my hands. Or B, this guy's a fucking ninja, and I go to punch him in the face, and he's got all the moves, and he fucking crushes me.
Both scenarios are bad.
Yeah,
scenarios.
and I'm dead on the ground. Or even worse, maybe he has a knife, maybe he has a gun. You don't know.
Yeah, dude. I honestly today anything.
So they're like, why didn't you do anything? I was like, bro, I leave Harvey's, I had a good burger, and I have a sticky shirt. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the worst that could have
And I'm
happened.
going home now.
Yeah.
Like, I'll take it off. put it
Exactly.
on. It's so easy.
It's so easy.
Diffuse a situation
But
very easily.
you know, so that's the difference between, you know, those hard-headed people.
Oh,
and,
dude, I have a friend. I had a friend. I don't see him that much, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, but he was all he wanted to do was fight.
Yeah.
It was like he lived
Yeah.
to fight. And I had to stop hanging around with this person because, again, I don't know if you've noticed my size. I'm not much of a fighter. But everywhere we go, it's like this guy will look for problems.
Yeah.
And then because I'm the small guy, he goes like, it's easier for you to get into a fight.
Yeah.
Just go to that group over there and stand in the middle of
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like, no, fuck, what are you out of your mind? I'm gonna start going in the middle of a group. Like, that's the last thing I want is go in the middle of a group. If I cannot be seen, I'm even happier. I'm that guy that like I don't want to like be in any scenario that's not
Yeah.
a good scenario.
I can't see anything, but I feel like this haircut is on point.
Changed it up a little bit.
Yeah, I like that. 2018, baby.
2018.
New things.
New things popping. You know, I decided with your hair, it's just easier
Yeah.
to let it flow.
Man,
let
well,
it flow, let
did
it
you
flow.
see what my hair was looking like when I walked
But
in?
still-
Like, it gets curly.
Yeah, your hair curls. I don't understand why.
Me neither. Like, it's new.
Yeah, I had that problem.
Yeah,
That's why I just shaved.
yeah, exactly.
There you go, brother love.
Let's see this. Ooh. Proper.
Put a new product to this Ruzel gel.
Cool.
So gel, that's another thing that people were not using anymore, and
Yeah.
that's coming back. But again, you see, people talk shit about hairdressers going into barbering.
Yeah.
I believe hairdressers that went into barbering brought a different element into barbering.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, where barber used to be your traditional, like, just clipper and comb type thing.
Yeah.
You know? We brought a lot more technique, a lot more scissor work, and I feel that's what makes a huge difference on it. Looking sharp.
Proper.
There you go, bro.
Hey. Bloke'n word.
The Bloke'n
Round
word.
2.
Brother, always a pleasure.
Yes. Ah, great.